everybody, it's Holly and welcome back to Smile by Holly. Oh, it's wonderful to have you here. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how to make such a cute and easy slider card. And you know, I am getting a little bit tired of winter, so I thought it would be fun to bring a little bit of spring into our crafting today. And look how fun these slider cards are. That just pulls up and look at that dimension. Isn't that so cute? Let me just show you this other one. You pull the little tag and up that slides. And I just think those are adorable, adorable, adorable. I am using some paper and some embellishments from Doodlebug. Thought this was so fun and appropriate for springtime. So there's a couple different ways to do this. If you have a silhouette cutting machine, you can buy this pattern, which, can I just tell you, makes the whole process so simple. The design number is 100181, and it's in the Silhouette Design Store. This actual file is by Lori Whitlock. And like I said, I love using my Cameo machine. Just simplifies everything. But I wanted to be able to show you different ways to make this in case maybe you don't have a cutting machine. You can also make this with some dies because you do need to make the pull out mechanism right here. So if you have rectangle dies, this would work perfect for this. Now, all I have are square dies, so it got me thinking, okay, so if you don't have rectangle dies and you don't have a cutting machine, let me go ahead and show you how to make this without any dies or any cutting machines. Just so that opens it up so everybody can make this cute, adorable little slider card. And isn't that just so fun? I love that. And then you open it up and you can write your cute little message. Now I've gone ahead and added a few little embellishments, made that house just so cute. On this little Hello Spring, I've added some little teeny tiny flowers. Can you see that? Sometimes I think it's just those little extra things that kind of take your project over the top. Now, do you know what I mean? So anyway, let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to make this without any dies or a cutting machine. So grab yourself some paper. These are the measurements for the paper that you are going to be needing. So the first piece of paper, this is going to be for the base of our card. You will want to take a paper, whether it's colored cardstock, white cardstock, double-sided, whatever. You'll need something that is 12 by 4.5, and then we are just going to fold this in half to make our base. And I am going to use this beautiful yellow. Like I say, I'm really into the springtime mode. You know, the beautiful pastel colors. Just so excited for spring. So there is our base, 12 by 4.5, just folded in half. Now you will want to take a piece of paper that is 5 by 4, and this is going to be sitting on top of our card, and we're going to cut out the little mechanism that will make our slider card slide. So 5.5 by 4, and I've gone ahead and cut mine out of this cute flower paper. Now let me show you how we will make this mechanism without any dies or a machine. I have made a little template. This is my rectangle template, and it's 2 by 3.5. So go ahead and just take a piece of scrap paper and cut yourself a little template. I'm going to be using this side, so I'm going to flip my paper over and then just kind of put your rectangle, just in the middle of your paper. And what we're going to do is we are just going to trace this. Going back to basics, we can make any card even without dies or a cutting machine. Okay, I'm just going to trace this rectangle. Now up at the top here, I'm going to make a dotted line. And that is going to tell me that this is not going to be a cut line. This is going to be a score line. Okay, so when I go to cut out my rectangle, I don't want to cut it there. That's going to be a score. Now, there's no measurements to this, so don't get hung up on any measurements. I am just going to eyeball this, but what we want to do is we want to find the middle of that rectangle, okay? And that is about right there. Once again, I'm just estimating. And I am going to make another dotted line. That's going to tell me that I want to put a score line there, okay? Just kind of guessing. Then at the bottom of my rectangle, I'm going to go up about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom, and I'm going to make another dotted line. And so those 3 lines are telling me that once I get my rectangle cut out, those are going to be score lines. Okay, just trying to super simplify this for you. So I'm going to bring in my little cutting mat, and I've got my We Are Memories blade, and I am just going to cut out the 3 sides to this rectangle. Remember, we don't want to cut out up here where it's dotted. So I'm going to actually stand up so I can see this. I've got a metal ruler, so this makes this just super easy to do. Okay, flip my paper. So are you guys having a wonderful crafty day? You know, I say this all the time, but if you're crafting, how can your day not be wonderful, right? Okay, cutting out the 3rd side of our rectangle. And let me see if that went all the way through. Okay, it did. Little piece there. Okay, so do you see how I've got my rectangle, but it's still held on up here at the top? So that's telling me that's where we're going to score. So I'm going to bring my scoreboard in. And once again, this does not have to be exact, okay? I am just going to find a line in there where that dotted score line is and give it a good score. I'm going to go up to my next line. No measurements, guys. Just find a score line where your little notch will go into and score that. And then down here at the bottom, about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. And my score line was actually above my dotted line because I needed to find one of the score lines. Okay, so let me show you this. Get rid of that. And let's go ahead. I'm just going to fold this. So, fold this up at the top. Do you see how that has made our cute little mechanism for the slider card with no dies? Totally cool, right? Okay, so we've got our base and we've got our little slider part. Now you'll want to take yourself a piece for the tag. Once again, this can be pattern paper, colored cardstock, whatever you'd like. So I've got a piece for my tag. It's going to be 4 3/4 by 2 1/2. Okay, so here's my piece. I am just going to round my 2 top corners to kind of give it more of that tag feel. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to round those 2 corners. Now eventually we are going to punch a hole in our tag, but I'm not going to do that until I get it hooked onto my mechanism, and I'll show you why. It's just so we can get the circle lined up directly in the center. So let's go ahead and bring in our pieces. What we want to do is we want to take our pull-out tag, okay? And we want to line up this line right here. Can you see that? That line right there with the bottom of the tag, okay? So I'm just lining it up with the bottom of the tag right here. You can kind of see a little bit of blue. Scoot that up just to the bottom. Now just kind of eyeball it and make sure that your tag is centered, okay? Now we're going to take this 1/4 of an inch score line and we're going to add some glue onto it. And then we're going to lay this completely flat, so fold that little score line down completely flat so it adheres to our tag. Okay. Give it just a minute. And now when we go to pull the tag, that just folds up. You'll see it better when I get it on my base piece. So to bring in your base. Now what we want to do is we want to glue all of this down on the base, but make sure you're not touching any of this white tag or the tag is not going to pull out, okay? So stay away from the tag, but get glue all around the outside of this piece, and then we can glue it down on our base cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to center this right onto my base. Okay, so now at this point, before it dries too much, I am going to just lift that up and take a quick little notch out. I probably should have done this before, so I'm sorry, but I'm just making an ever so slight notch. There we go. So you can kind of see that that's a pull tag. And I'm going to take my paper punch and get a hole punched right there in the middle. I like to punch it later so that I make sure the hole lines up with everything center. Okay, so now when we go to pull our tag, that little mechanism, let me show you this way, just slides up. Isn't that just so cute and so easy? Just think of all the wonderful things that you can now put on top of your little mechanism. So what I'm going to be using today is I took this cute little truck filled with flowers, and I popped up all those flowers in there to give it a little bit of dimension, and we're just going to add our truck down right here onto this small little square. Now the easiest way to do it is to lay your tag down, okay? Lay your tag down. And then add some glue onto here. Okay, so it's just that little teeny tiny square right here that we're adding glue onto it. Now you do want to make sure that your embellishment is not too big so that it goes, you know, outside of the card, but I think that will be perfect. And then look how cute this is. That little truck just pulls up, and what a cute little springtime card. Isn't that just so fun? I'm going to bring in some ribbon. I think we'll use this cute yellow. We're gonna add it onto our tag. So what do you think? Pretty simple, right? And I think it's fun. Like I say, I 100% love to make things with my Cameo machine just because it's so fast and easy. But I also think that it's pretty cool that you can still, if you don't have a cutting machine, still make all of these fun projects. And that was not difficult at all. I mean, what do you guys think? Look how cute that little bow adds. Well, I love bows anyway, but that cute bow adds to that. Pull that up. The little truck goes up and down. So fun, so fun, so fun. Let me get that mechanism to work. There we go. I'm just going to add a little piece of cardstock onto the inside. You know, give it a little bit of color so that then we can write, you know, a cute note or thought. I think I'm going to add a little stripe right there. And then maybe a cute little, is that a butterfly or a dragonfly? It's some kind of cute little fly. I need to know my flies and bugs better, right? Okay, let's pop him up. I think that'll be cute just down there at the bottom. Okay, so there is our cute little springtime card. What do you think? So let me bring my other ones in. And there's my fun little slider card. So I hope that maybe I've given you some ideas, you know, that if you see a project done with dies and you don't have those dies, things can still be done. So, and I'm happy to show you different ways to make the same project if you don't have some of those things. So I hope this video was helpful. These cards are super fun to make. Look how springy those look. So I hope you have a wonderful crafty day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye, everybody.